This demonstration is to show you how to perform a gram stain. You first start with the slide that you added your specimen to and you heat fixed. With the gram stain, you will need 4 reagents. You will need the crystal violet, the grams iodine, ethanol, and safranin. We will start by taking the crystal violet and adding several drops to the smear. When you are doing this, make sure that the area is completely covered. You are going to let the crystal violet remain on the slide for 30 seconds. And after those 30 seconds, you're going to use deionized water. And with the deionized water, you're going to tilt the slide over the tray. And you're just going to want to rinse the slide. After that, you're going to get the second reagent, which is your grams iodine. And you're going to allow the grams iodine to remain on the slide for 60 seconds. After those 60 seconds, you're going to tilt the slide and rinse with the deionized water again. While I am rinsing the slide with the deionized water, let's talk about the third reagent, which is ethanol. Ethanol is the most critical step. It is the most critical step because it's not a time procedure and you don't add a certain volume of the ethanol either. So you're going to start by taking the ethanol and you're going to hold the slide above the tray. You're going to want to add drops of the ethanol slowly to the smear in order to allow the drops to gently roll over the smear. While you're doing that, you're going to watch the drops that are draining from the edge of the slide. So you're going to want the drops to be a very light purple color. And if you add too much ethanol, you over decolorize. And if you don't add enough, you under decolorize. So that's why it's very important. After this step, you're just going to want to rinse with the water again. And then you're going to take the fourth reagent and add several drops of the red dye to the smear. You're going to want to let it sit for 30 seconds. And after the 30 seconds, once again, you're going to tilt the slide over the tray and you're going to rinse it with the deionized water. After you rinse, you're going to want to take your slide with a paper towel and take your BB-less paper. You're going to want to gently blot dry and make sure that after every reagent you add, you rinse, and at the end, you blot dry. Now after this step, you're going to want to use a microscope. Although I don't have a microscope, I will still be explaining what to do after you blot dry. You're going to want to start by focusing the slide under your scanning power lens. While you're doing this, you're going to want to make sure that the light from the illuminator is at its maximum intensity. After you get it into focus under scan, you're going to want to move it to low, as well as high power. You're going to move the high power lens slightly out of focus, and then you're going to want to add a drop of microscope oil to the slide. And then you're going to want to move the oil immersion lens in place so it's touching the oil, and you're going to want to get the slide in focus. Don't forget that when you're done using your oil immersion lens, that you have to clean the lens with acetone. When performing a gram stain, the result that we expect for E. coli is for it to stay negative. E. coli does not retain crystal violet during the gram staining process, and because of this, it will be negative. For S. aureus, we expect it to be a positive result.